Hi, everyone. Very excited to be here. My name is Nuria. I'm from Barcelona, and I am a visual artist interested in exploring the abstraction. And all the mediums that I normally use is painting, basically acrylic, paper, wood, and installation. And with these materialities, I like to investigate the color itself. It's my center point. And from there, I develop towards the interest in the language that I have and the interest in the music also. I did a semester in Metaphoro Studio Arts in Barcelona. And after that, I did an MA in graphic design, also in Barcelona. My career it's been mostly developed by different international residencies that I did throughout the years, especially in Portugal, in the Netherlands, and very recently in Germany. And this has helped me a lot to develop my practice and my voice and those all of these ideas that I have. I want to start talking about my inspirations because when I started my career, I found myself very interested in being just in the studio, in spending my time there and like finding and doing sketches and like just being there in the studio and creating this routine. And when I found out about the abstract expressionists from the 40s and the 50s, those artists that they were in Europe and had to immigrate to the United States because of political situations. And I realized that I had a very deep connection with them, especially how they talk about this process, about this studio relationship, and about how they talk about their thoughts and how they feel the surface and the material and the painting that they are working on. So before going into this project, I want to start talking about this process, this studio, this sacred place for me, this where I go every morning, and it's a routine. I need the music, I need the essence, and it's normally I tidy up the studio in the morning after all the from the day before, so I am very messy and I am always dirty and I leave things on the floor. But then on the next day, I need to clean everything and I need to start fresh and anew, and to start like the journey and to start yes, like to follow working on. And in this process, that it's as I said before, it's a very important part of my work. And I am a very methodic person when I work. I before deeping into any project, I have to sit down and I have to find a rule, to find a common thing that will guide me through this project. It normally starts with the color, and I only use primary colors, and from there I create the whole color palette, and I decide for a color palette, and I have an intention with the color that I'm using. I don't like it to be random, and with this is how they approach my different projects. And that's why I wanted to talk to you about this project about music and color, where I translated the Bach well-tempered clavier into color. So I started so Bach created the well-tempered clavier with 12 and 12 different preludes and fugues, and I saw this relationship with color itself. So I give every color to every tonality of the Bach fugue, I gave a color. And so there I have like my conceptual framework, and then I can start working. And from there I counted the notes from the prelude number 2 in C minor. I painted all the different notes, I cut the paper, I sew the paper, and after that I could think on the on the final outcome of it. But I first I need to go through all of these very methodic stages. And this is the final piece of Prelude number 2 in C minor. This is just the right hand. It's written for clavier, and I play those pieces myself. And another important project for me is Mnemosyne. That Mnemosyne was a goddess from the Greek mythology, the goddess of memory, because back then I was very interested in memory and on how our memories are entangled and how they keep evolving and they keep like creating this fluidity and keep like changing and transforming while we live and while the theme of this memory. Another project that I want to share, and it's a Numem, it's a symbol language that I also developed from the brushstrokes of my paintings. And this was more of a fun, of a joy game to create this language, to create these new rules and to play with grammar. And from that project, these other pieces were born because I was cutting the symbols with wood, and then all of these other wood shapes were emerging from them. So again, this idea of memory and if this in between, no, like where is this in between two situations, two emotions, where are they, no? So another important project was this collaboration with a contemporary dancer from the United States. And now I want to start talking about the project that I developed here with AAC. I came here with the idea of wanting to have it written, like, what is it that I'm painting? Because so far I showed you like different projects, but I also paint on canvas, like normal canvas. So I wanted to investigate more and to like, I've been having a lot of questions about corporality and like about where all the things that we live, where are they stored in our body, right? Like I can feel they are stored somewhere. And when I was painting on the canvas, these recurrent thoughts were coming and popping up all the time. And one day I was in the library and I found this book, Corporales, by Julian Santos and Fernando Ramperez. And I just found this click, and I found this in this book a lot of similarities about my process and about how they were talking about the body. They were giving the body like also the term as a noun, as an adjective, as a verb, and then they were giving so many different names to it and different meanings. So this book is about the concept of body, and I decided to approach it as the concept of the human body, you know, like what was this for me, for my process. So for you to understand a little bit, like this framework that I developed, I realized that my work is a lot of layers, and these layers are made by this sense of approximation that I go inside, I zoom in and I zoom out of the canvas every time to paint, every time to see the different shapes. And at some point I realized that the canvas for me is the body and the different cavities that the body has, right? All of these holes, all of this air, like what is this? For me is the shapes that I'm painting onto the canvas and the materiality of the painting itself. And these cavities are made of air, and this air are the memories, the situations, and the emotions that we live, that we have to deal every day. And so this has like developed into more of what is like my process, right? So I realized that this body, this canvas, is an extension of something that I still don't know what it is, when I am doing it. And I realized this is the process. And this process is just finished when the shapes overflow the canvas, when I cannot see any more shapes like going in and going out from the canvas. I also found myself I felt that there was something more. It was not only about the canvas and about the body as myself. So talking also with the different people of the mentorship, like I realized that there is a mirror in between the body and the canvas, and this mirror is projecting what I cannot project onto the canvas. And this mirror allows me to distinguish the shapes that are in my mind, but I have to carve them. And before finishing the work, before going back to the canvas after this mirror is reflected, I'm in this state of blindness, and this is normally, it's kind of in the middle part of the process, and I need to go always through that state. And even sometimes I'm like, okay, no, this time I'm going to avoid it. No, I have to go through that, and I have to face, I have to accept, and I have to lose like this kind of rigid feeling of looking into the canvas and like trying to see the shapes and trying to find this connection. So as a conclusion, for me, the canvas limits the body and the painting excavates the reflection of the mirror in order to define the human body as I see it. So with all of these explanations, this little framework that I wanted to share, I will share with you some works that I finished from this collection, and this is still a collection that I'm still working on. And I think it will be like for the next year I want to work on these paintings. And but I'm very happy I could manage to see and to understood what I wanted to, what these ideas of corporality, like what they were for me. So now I will just show you the works and you can look at them. Thank you so much for your time, for listening, and if you are interested in knowing more about my work, you can scan the QR, you can join my mailing list, and I send one email once a month or something. So thank you so much for your time.